Y'all, the US government just released a second batch of UFO files on war.gov. With these files come a slew of UFO footage filled with various strange anomalies. Though there are 3 full hours of footage, which you'll have soon, today we're going to check out some of my favorites because of their strangeness. One of the weirdest clips was this one where they captured this anomaly, tracking it across the sky. As it goes along, at first, it doesn't look too anomalous, aside from the very, very strange shape. Then, its sudden turn on its axis is absolutely wild, as we shouldn't be able to turn that quickly. Personally, I don't even know what this little orb is that showed up on screen as well, and I wanted to look at that, but the main UFO that's centered gets even stranger. As you'll notice, by the end of the clip, it disappears into thin air right on camera. And when it does, I want you guys to take a good look, as some are saying you can even see gravity warp around it in one of the most fascinating clips ever. Regardless of whether gravity warped or not, we don't have anything that can just disappear into thin air. We're also getting a clearer shot of the UFO I said reminds me of the jellyfish UFO. However, some are pointing out that it actually draws striking resemblance to the 2015 Sequoia National Park UFO incident. Remember the UFO that I call a humanoid UFO? Yeah, these things look very similar. It gets stranger still as we see this anomalous sphere in the sky, but this footage being captured by the government, not just a civilian. If you take a good look at this clip, you'll see that the sphere doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It comes down from the top that makes a sharp turn. So not only is it a weird anomalous sphere with no means of propulsion, but it's doing maneuvers that we can't handle. We can't do sharp turns like this. That's insane. And it brings me back to the question, are the sphere UFOs that we see, are these surveillance? Is this like the Boogosphere or the spheres that we see closer to the ground? The more UFO footage that gets released and confirmed, the more questions we have. And it's not the only sphere the government captured on camera, released and confirmed. This next one is even more erratic. And while I love this clip, and I love that it's an erratic moving orb that shows some of the 5 observables, nothing should be moving like that. I also like the fact that in and of itself it's different. It even says in the description that this is more of a glowing light, where the previous one that we saw that was darker, well, it wasn't darker in regular cameras, it was more spherical and solid, where this is more energy from what I can tell through these descriptions. And I find that fascinating. We're seeing 2 sphere UFOs and yet they're completely different. Look how I just kind of sped up. This thing is phenomenal. You even see it do some of the strange movements. I feel like it was more apparent in the dark sphere, but you can tell on this one. And we're only just scratching the surface of these clips. There are so many videos that were released by the government. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys the full 3-hour compilation very soon. That video's just going to take a while. But what I find fascinating is that this batch actually does have 5 observables. It actually does have strange anomalies. And then there's audio files that I haven't even gone through yet. And don't get me started on the USOs. These are the objects that are unidentified and anomalous, but they're submerged in water. We have a great clip of this that was released by the government today. Y'all, I suggest watching this on a TV so you get a better view. Take a look. Now again, I do love this clip and I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. If you are, smash like, because there's a lot more coming on the way. Make sure you subscribe as well. The USOs though, a reason I say it's better to watch this portion on a TV is that these USOs are a little bit harder to see. Some are more apparent, especially when the camera actually tracks them and zooms in on them a little bit. But you'll notice that the government isn't exactly at these times just looking for UFOs or USOs. They're doing other missions and they happen to catch these anomalies. so it's not always readily apparent. And with these USOs that are in the water already harder to see, it's a lot better to have it on a bigger screen so you can actually capture the event as it happens. Still, these are very, very strange happenings, and according to the UFO files in the Department of War, this particular event occurred in May of 2024, with all of the UFOs having various UFO dates. This one is very specific as to when it happened. They're still investigating and they still have no idea what this could be. Y'all, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Now, I want you guys to take this one in with the USOs. Really enjoy it, as these are some of the most anomalous clips you're going to see. Absolutely fascinating. The one that blows my mind though is that instantaneous acceleration. It's absolutely crazy, and the weird movements, and the fact that the more UFO videos we get that are confirmed, the more questions we have. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far, smash like, smash subscribe. I see that half of you aren't yet. And please, let me know in the comments what you think about all of this madness. I'll see you in the next one.